Chapter 1: Computer Languages. Learning Objectives. After studying this chapter, you will able to understand different types of languages, discuss low-level language, explain high-level language, identify language processor and its types. Let's warm up. 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Teacher, did you understand the above statement? No, it is a language understood only by computer. Siddharth, I always wondered how the computer language understands our language. A programming language is a computer language that is used by programmers to develop applications, scripts, or other sets of instructions for a computer to execute. Programming language. Humans all over the globe communicate with other people using a common language. Computers are machines, but they need to communicate with other computers and also humans. Computers understand their own language. So, how do they communicate with humans? You will see the different types of computer languages in this chapter. Definition. The languages which are used to develop computer programs are called programming languages. Types of computer language. Computer languages are of two types: low-level language, high-level language. Low-level language is further of two types: machine language, assembly language. Low-level language. This language is easily understood by the computer. It is more difficult to write. Applications written in low-level language can be directly executed on the machine. These languages need no translation. These languages are close to the hardware. Smart tip. Low-level languages are designed to handle the entire hardware directly. There are two types of low-level language: machine language and assembly language. Machine language. It consists of binary code that is directly understood by the computer. Machine code is written using raw numbers, which are usually called binary data. A machine language is expressed in the form of zeros and ones. It is the only language that computer understands. It is very difficult to understand humans and requires expert knowledge to write it. Its results are very fast because no further conversation is required and is directly understood by the computer. It uses binary codes to depict operators and data. It is also known as first generation language 1GL. Features of machine language. The features of machine language are as follows. 1. It has a very high speed. 2. It has very low memory utilization. 3. It can understand machine instructions, that is, in the binary digit. History time. Ada Lovelace is considered to be the first computer programmer. She worked with Charles Babbage to create the first program for the analytical engine. No more. The computer understands the language of zeros and ones only. Assembly language. This is a low-level programming language that consists of letters, words, and symbols or mnemonic codes to write program instructions. It uses letter codes. These letter codes are alphabetical abbreviations called mnemonics. It is also known as second generation language 2GL. It is a little slower than machine language, but still considerably fast than any high-level language. Assembly language is converted to machine code by an assembler. Features of low-level language. The features of low-level language are as follows. 1. Provides less or no abstraction from hardware. 2. Interacts directly with registers and memory. 3. Instructions written in low-level language are machine-dependent and not portable. 4. Do not require any compiler or interpreter. 5. Total control over the code. History time. The first assembly language and assembler were written by Kathleen Booth. High-level languages. The languages which are used to develop computer programs and closer to the English language are known as high-level languages, HLL. It is machine independent. A program written for one processor can work for many different processors. Examples of high-level languages are C++, Java, Pascal, Python, and Visual Basic. Features of high-level language. The features of HLL are as follows. 1. It has a very simple and user-friendly language. 2. High-level language is converted to low-level language by a compiler. 3. It is very easy to debug. 4. It is very portable. Comparison of high-level and low-level language. The comparison of high-level and low-level languages is as follows. High-level language, low-level language. 1. It is easy to write. It is difficult to write. 2. Processing speed is slow. Processing speed is usually fast. 3. Almost never machine dependent. Almost always machine dependent. Latest high-level languages, 4th generation. 4th generation languages are very similar to human languages. They are abbreviated as 4GLS. They are mainly used for database access, report generators, data manipulation, analysis, and reporting, etc. Characteristics of latest high level. 1. They are portable and platform independent. 2. They are written in an easy format so that they are easy to debug and test. 3. They have a high speed of execution. 4. They are used to develop the software in less time and at minimum cost. 5. Some of the 4th generation languages are Python, Ruby, Perl, etc. No more. COBOL is developed for business applications. Language processors. A language processor is also known as a language translator. As you know, computer programs are written in high-level languages, but the computer only understands the machine language. Thus, translator software is used to convert high-level language codes to machine language codes. There are 3 types of language translators. 1. Assembler. An assembler is software that converts assembly language instructions into machine codes. 2. Interpreter. An interpreter checks the code line by line and produce machine code. Working on translators. They read the entire program and separate every single word. Every word separated is checked for meaning and against the rules of a programming language. Each word and action is then converted to the corresponding assembly code and finally into the machine code, zeros and ones. 3. Compiler. A compiler also converts high-level language programs into machine language. It converts the complete high-level language program into machine code in one go. Difference between compiler and interpreter. Compiler, interpreter. 1. It takes an entire program at a time as input code. It generates intermediate object. 2. The compilation is done before execution, comparatively faster. 3. Memory requirement is more compiling, displays all errors at once after. 4. Difficult to detect errors at a time. It takes a single line of instruction. 5. Comparatively slower. Memory requirement is less. 6. Displays errors of each line one by one. Easy to detect errors. Let's recall. Low-level language is easily understood by the computer. It is more difficult to write and understand. A machine language consists of binary code that is directly understood by the computer. Machine code is written using raw numbers, which are usually called binary data. Assembly language is a low-level programming language that consists of letters, words, and symbols, or mnemonic codes, to write program instructions. It is also known as second-generation language, 2GL. The languages which are used to develop computer programs and are closer to the English language are known as high-level languages, HLL. Fourth-generation languages are very similar to human languages. They are abbreviated as 4GLS. They are mainly used for database access, report generators, data manipulation, analysis, and reporting, etc. A language processor is also known as a language translator. As you know, computer programs are written in high-level languages, but the computer only understands the machine language.